Thousands of ARMY filled the stadium in Paris, expecting an unforgettable first night. Jungkook and Taehyung were giving everything they had on stage. But then something happened that fans couldn't stop talking about. It wasn't a speech. It wasn't a performance mistake. It was just one quiet moment that lasted only seconds. Yet, it left countless ARMY emotional. Many believed Jungkook did something for Taehyung that spoke louder than words, and the reactions online quickly exploded. Was it simply a sweet friendship, or was there a deeper meaning that everyone almost missed? Stay until the end because we're breaking down the exact moment that has ARMY around the world in tears. The lights flooded the stadium, and the opening songs echoed across Paris. The atmosphere was unlike anything fans had imagined. More than just another concert, it felt like a long-awaited reunion between BTS and ARMY. Every cheer became louder. Every lyric carried more emotion. Every member seemed determined to make the first night unforgettable. Jungkook stepped onto the stage with his signature confidence, owning every second of the performance. Taehyung, standing only a short distance away, carried his own unique charisma, captivating thousands with every glance and every movement. They were focused on the show, yet something about their presence together kept drawing everyone's attention. As the performances continued, fan cameras captured countless interactions across the stage. Some lasted only a heartbeat, so brief that many people in the stadium probably didn't even notice them. But once those clips began spreading online, ARMY started replaying them over and over again. Every frame, every glance, and every subtle reaction suddenly became the center of countless discussions. Then came the moment that changed everything. During one part of the concert, Jungkook appeared to direct his attention toward Taehyung in a way that instantly caught the eyes of nearby fans. It wasn't dramatic. There were no grand gestures or emotional speeches. In fact, the moment was so natural that it could have easily gone unnoticed by anyone who blinked. Yet, sometimes the smallest moments become the ones people remember the most. Within hours, social media was flooded with slowed-down videos, close-up edits, and emotional reactions. Fans weren't focused on the choreography anymore. Instead, they were asking the same question over and over again. What exactly did Jungkook do that made so many ARMY emotional? Some believed it reflected the quiet bond the two have built through years of performing together. Others felt it showed a level of care that words simply couldn't express. While everyone interpreted the moment differently, one thing was impossible to ignore. It had touched thousands of hearts around the world. As more fan-recorded angles continued to appear, people began noticing another detail that made the entire story even more intriguing. It was something almost no one had spotted during the concert itself. And once you see it, it's difficult to look away. The more fans replayed the footage, the more they realized that this wasn't just another ordinary concert interaction. It wasn't about choreography, stage direction, or a planned fan service moment. What captured everyone's attention was how incredibly genuine everything looked. Jungkook never stopped performing. His energy remained high, his vocals stayed powerful, and his focus seemed fixed on giving ARMY an unforgettable night. But in the middle of all that excitement, there was a brief moment when his attention appeared to shift toward Taehyung. It happened so naturally that many fans in the stadium didn't notice it until they watched the recordings later. That single moment quickly became one of the most replayed clips from Paris Day 1. Across social media, fans began sharing their own interpretations. Some noticed the timing. Others pointed out Jungkook's expression before and after the moment. Many simply admitted that they couldn't explain why it touched them so deeply. It just did. Perhaps that is why the clip spread so quickly. It didn't rely on dramatic words or emotional music. Instead, it reminded people of something much quieter. The kind of understanding that can exist between two people who have spent years sharing the same stage, overcoming the same challenges, and growing together in front of millions. For a long-time ARMY, those small details often mean the most. They've watched BTS evolve through countless performances, world tours, and unforgettable memories. Because of that history, even the smallest interaction can bring back years of emotions. A glance, a smile, or a subtle gesture can instantly remind fans of everything the members have experienced together. As the videos continued circulating online, Comments poured in from every corner of the world. Asterisk, I wasn't expecting to cry. Asterisk, asterisk, why did this moment feel so emotional? Asterisk, asterisk, I've replayed it 10 times and still can't move on. Asterisk, no matter how differently fans interpreted the interaction, one thing united them all. The moment felt real. It wasn't something anyone could script. It lasted only seconds, yet it stayed with people long after the concert had ended. But then another fan-uploaded angle began attracting attention. This recording showed the same moment from a completely different perspective, revealing a tiny detail that many viewers hadn't noticed in the original clip. It wasn't obvious at first, but once ARMY started pointing it out, the conversation took an entirely new direction. Suddenly, everyone was asking the same question once again. Did Jungkook's gesture carry a meaning that most people completely overlooked? As more high-quality fan recordings surfaced, the conversation surrounding that brief interaction only grew stronger. Different camera angles revealed details that had been impossible to catch from a single perspective. Suddenly, thousands of fans found themselves comparing clips, slowing down videos frame by frame, and discussing every tiny expression they could see. What surprised many people wasn't the gesture itself, it was the timing. The moment happened during one of the most energetic parts of the concert, when everyone's attention was supposed to be on the performance. Yet somehow, this quiet interaction managed to stand out against the flashing lights, powerful vocals, and a stadium filled with tens of thousands of cheering fans. That alone made people curious. Some fans believed it reflected the deep trust that had naturally developed between the two artists after spending so many years performing side by side. Others felt it was simply an instinctive act of support between teammates who understood each other without needing to say a single word. Whatever the explanation, viewers agreed on one thing: the moment felt sincere. As the night came to an end, the excitement inside the stadium slowly transformed into an emotional wave across social media. Fan edits appeared within minutes. Reaction videos followed soon after. Comments continued pouring in from every country, with countless ARMY saying they had watched the same clip over and over again. Many weren't talking about the concert's biggest performances anymore. Instead, they kept returning to those few unforgettable seconds. Sometimes the loudest memories are created in complete silence. No dramatic announcement was needed. No emotional speech was required. For many fans, that was exactly what made the interaction so meaningful. It felt spontaneous, natural, and impossible to fake. It reminded people why they have continued supporting BTS through every chapter of their journey, not only because of the music, but because of the genuine connection the members share both on and off the stage. Yet, just when everyone thought they had already seen every possible angle, another discussion suddenly emerged. A small group of fans noticed one final detail that hadn't received much attention at first. It wasn't about Jungkook anymore. It was about Taehyung's reaction. The expression on his face immediately afterward became the newest topic of discussion, leaving thousands of ARMY wondering if they had overlooked the most emotional part of the entire moment. And once you notice that reaction, it's almost impossible to watch the clip the same way again. As the conversation continued to spread across the BTS community, one thing became increasingly clear. Fans weren't trying to prove a theory. They were simply sharing how that brief interaction made them feel. And perhaps that was what made the moment so powerful. Concerts are usually remembered for breathtaking stages, explosive choreography, and unforgettable performances. But Paris Day one gave ARMY something different. It offered a quiet memory hidden inside a spectacular show, a moment that lasted only seconds but stayed in people's hearts long after the final song ended. When fans focused on Taehyung's reaction, many noticed how calm he appeared. There was no dramatic response, no attempt to draw attention, and no interruption to the performance. He continued doing what he always does, giving everything to the audience standing in front of him. Yet, for many viewers, that natural reaction somehow made the moment even more meaningful. Sometimes emotions don't need to be expressed through words. Sometimes they appear in the smallest expressions that only become noticeable after watching the same video several times. That is exactly why the clip continued gaining millions of views. Every replay seemed to reveal another tiny detail. One fan noticed the timing. Another pointed out a subtle smile. Someone else highlighted the way both members seamlessly continued performing, almost as if nothing unusual had happened at all. Those different observations didn't create one single conclusion. Instead, they created thousands of personal interpretations. And perhaps that's the beauty of moments like this. Every ARMY experienced it differently. Some smiled. Some became emotional. Others admitted they unexpectedly cried while watching an interaction that lasted only a few seconds. The comments became filled with memories from previous concerts, reminding everyone how long Taehyung and Jungkook have shared the same stage. Fans reflected on how much both artists have grown throughout the years, overcoming countless challenges while continuing to stand beside one another in front of millions of people around the world. For many longtime supporters, Stade wasn't just another stop on a tour. It became another chapter in a journey they had been witnessing for years. But just as the discussion seemed to settle, a completely new video began circulating online. Unlike the earlier clips, this one was filmed from much closer to the stage. According to many fans, it captured one tiny detail that could completely change how people viewed the entire interaction. That discovery quickly became the newest topic across the fandom, leaving everyone asking one final question before the story was complete. What did that close-up angle reveal that so many people had completely missed? When the closer fan-recorded angle finally appeared online, thousands of ARMY rushed to watch it, hoping it would reveal the detail everyone had been searching for. Some expected a dramatic discovery. Others believed it would finally confirm all the theories circulating across social media. Instead, the video revealed something much simpler. It showed how naturally Jungkook and Taehyung continued performing together, completely focused on delivering the best concert possible for their fans. The interaction that had captured so much attention lasted only a few seconds. Yet, it reminded people why even the smallest moments between BTS members can feel so meaningful to those who have followed their journey for years. There was no official explanation. Neither Jungkook nor Taehyung commented on the moment afterward. And perhaps that silence was exactly why the clip continued touching so many hearts. Fans weren't reacting because they believed they had uncovered a hidden secret. They were reacting because the moment reflected something they had witnessed throughout BTS's journey for many years. It reminded them of the quiet understanding that can exist between people who have spent countless hours together, sharing the same stage, facing the same challenges, celebrating the same victories, and supporting one another through every chapter of their careers. That is why the discussion surrounding this brief interaction continued spreading across the BTS community long after the concert ended. Every fan brought a different perspective. Some focused on Jungkook's gesture. Others paid closer attention to Taehyung's expression. Many simply appreciated the authenticity of the moment without trying to assign it any deeper meaning. Perhaps that is what made Stade one so unforgettable. It wasn't because of a shocking announcement. It wasn't because of an unexpected performance. It wasn't because of anything dramatic at all. Instead, it was because a quiet, genuine interaction reminded millions of people why they continue supporting BTS after all these years. Sometimes the most unforgettable moments aren't the loudest ones. They aren't planned. They don't require words, dramatic speeches, or grand gestures. Sometimes they last only a few seconds. Yet those few seconds become the memories that fans replay over and over again, discovering new emotions each time they watch. Whether viewers saw the interaction as friendship, trust, mutual respect, or simply a natural moment between two longtime teammates, one thing remained undeniable. It brought people together. It sparked conversations across the world. It reminded longtime ARMY of countless memories from previous concerts. And it showed, once again, how even the smallest moments on stage can leave the biggest impact. In the end, perhaps there was never a hidden secret to uncover. Perhaps the true meaning of the moment was simply this. Two artists who have spent years growing together shared one brief, genuine interaction that resonated with millions of people around the world. And sometimes, that is more than enough. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story and want more emotional BTS moments, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next update. We'll see you in the next video.